Hey, what's going on, Smash community? This is Antoine Thomas Hanzo with UDLR, and we are on the line today with UDLR Tevin Stokes, which is
Yep,
TJ.
yep, TJ, I'm here.
All right, what's going on, TJ? All right, and we also have Rango. We know him as John Rinyu on the Smash 4 community. What's going
Prepare
on, John?
yourselves.
Yeah, there you go. Prepare yourselves. He fights for his friends, so don't take him too literally, man. He's soft. He's a soft. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm such a
I'm
softie.
just kidding.
That's right. Don't be afraid of me.
Yeah, right. No. I think we actually should be afraid of this Ike though, because in my opinion, he's probably the best Ike in the region. Not the state of Georgia, but the best Ike in the region, and he definitely proved as such. This last Momocon tournament where he actually took fourth, beating out Scat in some really freaking intense play, man. It's like I was rewatching that, and the commentators even doubted. The commentators were like, well, first he picked Link, and the commentator's like, okay, let's see how this goes and whatnot. Okay, so Link got bodied, and then he went with Ike, and then it was just kind of like, oh, so I guess he's just gonna go out with his main. If he's gonna go down, he's gonna go down with his main, and that is definitely not what happened, man. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, uh, Link is a reliable secondary. I used him to take down Limbs, a Luigi main who previously beat me at Olympus with my Ike. So I figured, you know what? It's a tough match. I'll throw Link out there, match Mega Man's projectile, see how this goes. But at the same time, though I lost, I knew what I needed to do in the gameplay, and that's when I switched Ike, picked Delfino, and we had some very close match. But in the end, a couple of use matches later, I managed to take it and make fourth.
Ah, wow, that was really incredible, man. And so in your next match after Scat was Neos. Now going against Neos, Neos is tough. Right now he's currently at fourth in our PR for this season. I
Yeah,
believe it's season 3. He actually stepped up a little bit from I think he was sixth last season, but he's fourth now.
yeah, he
He's a
deserves it.
Rosalina player. Now, what was it about a Rosalina player that you think that Ike didn't necessarily have the chops to deal with?
Several things. Several things. First off, I made the mistake of using Quick Draw to take out the Luma. That works against bad players. Neos is the complete opposite of a bad player. He's incredible. Other thing, I did not use enough defensive play. I was fairly aggressive as I usually am. I got to remind myself not to be. The other thing was pre-patch Ike had a lot of recovery frames on his aerial, so even though you tried to play spacing and retreat pairs, retreat nairs, you would still get punished to hell. And
Hmm.
the other thing was I didn't ban Halberd, and on Halberd is where I definitely got destroyed because, you is under the platform and it's just not Ike's favorite stage. So, number of things, I got outplayed, and whew, boy, it was a tough match, but I didn't go without making one final mark and hitting that spike on him.
He
Count
spiked him, man. Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was a hype moment right there. That was a hype moment. So what would you say to all the Ike mains that really want to step their game up? I mean, what? Well, actually, hold on. Let me back up from there. Now we were talking about pre-patch Ike. So what do you think about the current iteration of Ike? Was pre-patch Ike actually the more effective Ike? Do you think that
Absolutely
tell me
not.
about that?
Post-patch Ike is so much better. And after I tell you about Ike, I got a pretty cool story to tell you, too. Um, Post patch or current Ike, his aerials all have 3 less frames of end lag. You do an attack, and you come down, you can shield, you can jab, whatever. It's so much faster to transition without getting yourself punished just for trying to space, your opponent. That alone makes the complete difference for Ike. Now,
Hmm.
I'll tell you this: I went to CEO, right? CEO with Fatality, Neo, Scat, Aurora, several others, and I got bodied in CEO, lost to Zaltis as Rosalina, and I lost to Soul's Little Mac. Don't ever underestimate Soul's Little Mac.
Oh.
It's incredible. Um, Rio, Rio is the Ike main. Like
Okay.
I learned from watching him too, and Neos beat him. Neos
Mm.
actually drowned Rio in pools, and I felt bad because even Neos told me your match at practice is how I beat him, and I'm like, "Grrr."
Wow.
So after that, we did some friendlies. We did some friendlies at the room. Neos got me, but then I challenged him one more time at CEO. Rio was on the side doing some matches of his own, and we did a set 2 out of 3. And I managed to beat Neos in friendlies. I looked over to Rio and I
Wow.
said, "You have been avenged."
All right, man. Well, that sounds good, man. So, going into your area, your neck of the woods. Your neck of the woods is the Augusta scene. Probably about what's that? About 3 hours outside of Atlanta, about.
2 hours. It was a
Yeah,
2 hour trip to
yeah.
get to
Actually, yeah.
Momocon.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, it's about 2 hour trip. So what's going on out there in the Augusta area right now? I mean, what kind of things are you working on? What's the scene looking like currently?
Oh, I'll tell you this much. We've got venue, Cardboard Castle Games. Robert opened that to us and said you can play here on Wednesdays, and we ended up doing weeklies, which became bi-weeklies because we were putting a little melee in there. And Christian Bird's been doing a great job at TOing. Joshua Souza's been stepping up to play. He's definitely been a great help as well. We usually get about between 12 and 20 players for our weeklies, and we recently did a large local called Summer Smash, which, if you're a wrestling fan, you are correct, that was a playoff of Summer Slam.
Right.
We actually managed to get about 60 players or so. I don't remember the whole number. I was pretty much told this, but it was crowded that day. And we had some players from Macon. We had some players from South Carolina. Christopher T-Rex Moore was there to stream. He did a great job. And he's always welcome to come to our events. But yeah, we got some solid competition. I will tell you this much: we actually had my personal rivals, Dingo, Jada 7, and Hyena, all actually got sets taken off of them by the guys that came out of state. I was pretty surprised myself.
Wow. Sounds like a hype event, man.
Oh, it was. It was the
Yeah.
first.
So no, I definitely want to be the first to encourage more travel from the Atlanta players. That's my neck of the woods, the Atlanta side, and
Absolutely.
I really do think that every now and then we should definitely get on I-20, and take our butts down to the Augusta scene and see what's going on down there. I think it'll be great for PR as well, because it seems as though the people that are on the PR currently are more so people that are on this side of town, and I'd like to see a greater sampling of PR throughout the state of Georgia. So, supporting other events, I think is a way to get that going, really, because having just our top 10 or even a top 5 just stay in one spot just kind of like limits PR, in my opinion, and
Definitely.
and getting those guys out there to be tested by other people in Georgia, could spawn some new talent, some new names, some names that were not so much new, but names that we're not familiar with because of our proximity. So
I'm an example of this. I don't think anybody would even talk about Augusta. I mean, sure, we've had Reflex, Scat, and Neos come down to one of our past events, but Augusta wasn't even on really on the map. Momocon, what's this Ike made from Augusta doing here in the top 8? It inspired me, and I hope that it inspired other players to realize, what? Just keep practicing, keep reading Smashboards, keep uploading your videos, keep getting critique and feedback from other players. Know what you need to work on. Just because you're from a smaller city doesn't mean that you aren't going to be as good as the high, big ranked players from the cities. And we, like I said, I mentioned several names in Augusta that give me trouble when I fight them, and they would be a good challenge for players out of the city, players out of Augusta. So I strongly encourage coming down here. We've got an event October 10th, and I'm going to be putting more detail on that on the Georgia Smash 4 page as we get closer.
I see. I see. Okay, well, that sounds great, man. I can't wait to hear more about that. Is there anything that you want to add, TJ?
Not really. I mean, I really want to go down to Augusta and just see like the different players. And I never got to fight Rango in tournament. I got to fight him on Wi-Fi. Oh my
How'd that
goodness.
go?
Oh,
We had some solid matches.
let me tell you. Okay, so the first time I fight him, I was like, man, I need some Ike experience because some guy on Floor Glory once again gave me the hands. So I asked if he would play, and then he played me. So the first match, he two stocks me, and I'm just like, WTF? Like this is
Wow.
embarrassing. So the second game, I two stock him, and then the third game, he beat me. So I was like, okay, and I wanted to play him again, but he was saying I was lag issues, and I was like, all right. So I make a post on Georgia Smash 4, and I was like, does anyone else play Ike? And then Lord Mix, the villain,
The villain.
he gets on, and I play him, and he's playing with Ike, and I'm mad because I'm like, well, I know you don't play Ike, you play Bowser. Man, he started giving me the hand so bad. Like I was just like,
People really doubt Ike. I mean, Ike, just because they don't see him that often from a lot of players, from a lot of high level players, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have the potential to be a monster, man. I mean, it can be proven that the guy is a monster, man. And
I want to chime in and
Yeah.
add a couple of things. First off, TJ, Lord
yes,
Mix
sir.
plays with Ryuga. Ryuga is one of the most notable Ikes, and having played Lord Mix on many occasions online, I can tell you that he knows that matchup inside out. He knows a lot of the things that Ike is capable of, and he definitely knows how to play him as well. Once again, those
Yeah.
two have matches.
right,
So
and then
the
also
next thing
to
is,
put out further background on TJ for the new guys. TJ is probably one of the best Donkey Kongs in the state or even in the region. And so
Oh, yes.
this guy is definitely never a pushover. And I think if he really applied himself and really just got out to more events and really pushed, he could break top 10. He could break top 10 on PR. And
Yeah,
so
he's
definitely look forward
underrated.
to that. Yeah, absolutely. So, due to time
But,
restrictions and things like that, he doesn't make it out as often, but I see that changing.
yeah,
Thanks.
the thing I wanted to think or add about Ike is he brought in some very low tier stigma from Brawl. He was not a highly effective character. There are players like San. San is where I get all my stuff from. He has taught me very well, and of course I go on the Smash boards, Ike forum, and they help me out too. But very very few players have even used Ike in Brawl, so he had the stigma of being a very very slow character. Smash 3DS and Smash Wii U pre-patch, he still had terrible hit lag issues. He felt like a more effective character because of his recovery, but at the same time, he still wasn't really getting the job done or taking place in tournaments. Between, my fight at Momocon and anything that Ryu and San's doing, I'm hoping that we can inspire more players to try Ike. If you like Fire Emblem, if you like badass characters, if you happen to be a fan of the manga series Berserk, and you're a Guts fan and like Ike as well, yes,
Right.
he's my favorite. You know what? Don't be afraid. He has a fairly higher learning curve because you have to watch out for his hit lag. It is the slowest in the game. You cannot throw around smashes either. His kills come from his aerials, and his damage comes from his grabs.
Right,
That
so
is true.
basically just comboing it into things, put people in like basically what's that a spin lag where you just throw them around and they're just spinning and there's nothing that they can do in the air. You just kind of go and chase them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I've seen you do that a few times during your match with Scat. You would pretty much put him in situations where he's stunned, and that's when you put the most damage on him is where he's kind of stuck in a situation.
Just keep throwing them grabs out.
Yeah.
Suplex City, bitch.
All right. Yeah. Hey man, and that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that like the Ike people are listening to this because there's the one other Ike player that I know about. The first Ike player to come out to UDLR events. He doesn't come out that much anymore, but if he's listening, Ben, bring back Ike. You know what I mean? like dude, seriously, like this should be your inspiration right now, man. We need some more Ike in our lives.
I faced Rio at CEO as well, and we did a first to 5. He's definitely worthy of the legend behind him as well.
Mm,
Wow.
mm.
Out
Okay.
of 5 games, I actually managed to take only 2.
Well, that's not bad. I mean, you're talking about like one of basically your Smash idol. You know what I mean? Your
Yeah.
character idol right there. And so that would be like I don't know if I can make this comparison because I'm not as great, but that would be like me using my Wario against like Reflex's Wario. I mean, right now Reflex is like my Wario god right now. You know what I mean? And I watch him
Yeah.
so closely. And if I ever took like a stock off of him, man, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah, we did
I
an
did
online
that.
set. We did a best of 5 on Spherical Crushers stream, Jody's,
Okay.
and we actually managed to get to game 5. We have not played in a tournament yet, or we played in the same tournaments before, but we've never met in bracket. So
Oh, I see. So who does your streams now? Do you stream your events?
no, we don't stream the bi-weeklies, at least not yet. But
Okay.
you've actually just reminded me that we should probably do that soon, and
Oh
I
yeah.
will definitely talk to Christian about that in due time.
Yeah. Very. I think that
T-Rex
that's
stream.
yeah. You were mentioning T-Rex did a stream. I thought that maybe either he did his at your place often, or you had another guy. I was gonna have you shout that out. But when you get that together, definitely, man, let us know, and we'll put the word out there for
Okay.
Twitch viewers to tune in and see what's going on out there in Augusta for the people who can't make it out there. Yeah,
All right.
I think
That
that'd
would
be
be
great.
great, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. But yeah, T-Rex Typo House Games. He's been doing the streams, and I actually got to do a little bit of commentary at the last event as well.
Yeah, commentary is fun.
It
Okay,
is.
that's always fun.
It def-
Yeah, Mr. Commentary right here is Tevin, man. Once we get cause right now we've been able to at UDLR, we really kind of kicked off our first melee stream, and so we're kind of tweaking that, getting that together, whatnot. But we really want to get our Smash 4 stream tight, and N45 Terrence, he's been the one that's kind of heading that up, and I could definitely see Terrence and TJ, man, like put in a tag team on that. And that would be so awesome.
Yeah, that would be great to work
yeah.
with them. Definitely.
Believe it or not, I've actually got a few tournaments lined up with time taken off at work, and right now we're looking to be in Macon on Friday,
Okay, well, what's
and
that? What's that event? Shout it out.
Typo House Games.
Okay, and that's
Typo
one of
House.
T Rex's events.
Yeah,
Okay, all right,
we got
great.
that
All right,
coming up. We've
shout
got
out T Rex.
Smashing the Sands. We've got whoa, there's a few more that are on the page, and I'm going out. I'd love to come to UDLR one day. It depends on time off and who wants
Right,
to go and whatever. I'd
right,
like
right,
to
right. Well, we
just
we've
be there one
changed to
day.
monthly, and so you'll be able to kind of gauge further out when you can take the time off to do that kind of thing. Um, so yeah, absolutely, man. We can't wait to see you come on through. And so another event
Same
out
here.
there that's been getting like really big lately, man, is Gwinnett Brawl. Gwinnett Brawl
Gwinnett
Yeah.
has
Brawl.
been Gwinnett Brawl has been awesome the last actually few months that we've been getting out there. I've been getting into the Street Fighter out there more so than the Smash, but I mean just the Smash numbers that's been coming through there. You're talking about like 60, 70 people, coming out for.
Nice.
I think that it's a bi-weekly, so they're doing awesome stuff out there, man. Shout out to Gwinnett Brawl. And so
All
Tevin's
right.
actually going to make his appearance again at Gwinnett Brawl this next Gwinnett Brawl, right?
Yes, I am. Oh, hopefully the time in the lab will pay off. Please.
All right. Well, tell us about that time in the lab, man, because I'm reading through the Georgia Smash 4 page, and it seems like you're having a little bit of trouble with Zero Suit right now.
Man, I have a lot of. Man, let me just tell you. So, Zero Suit is a character where her spacing is just godlike. Like she has the whip, and like with DK, he's a character where he gets his power from staying on the ground. Okay, he has to stay on his ground to have most of his optimal options. So with this character Zero Suit, you have to respect her little stun shot, and if you shield it, that's the wrong answer. I'm just telling you guys. Anyone listening to it, if you shield that, you're about to get grabbed. Okay, So what's my other option? I can roll it, which is a bad option. If I punch it, that's a bad option because I have that little lag at the end. So the best thing is probably to jump, and that's where she has a lot of fun with me. I jump, up air, up air, up air, trying to land. DK can't land. Up grab, again, down throw, up air, up air, up B. What the heck?
Wow.
What just happened? It's just like I can't. And then it's like once you get lifted off the ground, it starts. The Marvel vs. Capcom 3 time. It's gonna get nasty. So now granted, I don't know the matchup, so it's it's worse because of that. Now, if I learn the matchup, it probably won't be as bad, but it's terrible. But yeah, my time in the lab, I've learned that it's really more about effectively using your time. Like, I think something I really need to work on is work on the matchups that absolutely matter. You got to know the Sheik matchup. You got to know the Rosalina. I fought Garrett not too long ago. He gave me the hands too. Everyone is giving me hands. What's going on? Everyone
Yeah.
is giving me hands. But I learned that it's like, okay, clearly there's a difference between, a tournament player and For Glory. But really what the difference come in is like the options people choose and how better players play the matchup. Like Rosalina, it's just I hear Cody Street, like he complains about it a lot, and I feel him. It's like when Luma is out, it's just hell on the stage because, like, especially with Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is like a stage control type character, but Rosalina just cuts off at least 75% of the stage from you if she does the Luma shot. Like,
Oh,
it,
right,
it,
right.
yeah. So now I have to do what? Jump. You already know how that happens when I jump, right? So it's just really, I just have to learn how to play the matchup that you need to know. Rosalina, Diddy Kong, Sheik. Everyone, please learn the Sheik matchup. Everyone, please learn the Pikachu matchup. Like, all these top tiers are the characters that are considered top tiers. You have to learn it.
Is Pikachu considered top tier?
Yeah. I mean, Pikachu is a type of, his frame data is amazing. You do not press buttons in front of Pikachu. You just don't, because anything he throws out is going to beat what you do, right? So I'm learning that, like, it's just simple and plain. You really can't afford to not spend your time on learning these matchups. These top tier matchups, that's really going to be your defense. Let's say if you go out of state, right, or you do like a major tournament, you're going to see these characters. And if you don't know the matchup, how are you ever going to, make it to the top? You
All right, so let me ask you guys this then: is there really something to, because I've heard this before, is like limit your For Glory play, like as often as possible. Try to make it out to locals and put a lot of time in as far as friendlies are concerned. Finding and seeking like strong players locally and playing against them, because For Glory kind of breeds bad habits.
It really does, and I spent more than like 4 hours on it today, which is a shame. Unfortunately, I was feeling kind of blah, and I wasn't looking for any strict competition. My thing on For Glory was just to practice Roy. I just want some easy, free wins on Roy, so I learned how to actually adjust to his abilities before I take him out as one of my secondaries. I strongly recommend. For Glory is the last thing you want to do.
Well, isn't there some type of a balance there? Well, I mean, I would never want to like get rid of For Glory altogether, because in my opinion, I think For Glory is good as far as like execution in certain situations, but you still want to be able to transition into tournament mode.
Yeah,
right.
And you can do that very quickly when you're at a tournament playing a couple of friendlies. You'll be like, okay, now I know what I need to do. Whereas For Glory, you're just derp, autopilot. And 9 out of 10 players are just going to be the Wi-Fi warriors that are either, they know a couple of things are not that good, or they're just there when they should be on for fun.
Got it.
I feel like For Glory has its uses. Like, I spend a lot of time on For Glory because it shows me why humans do the things they do. Like, for example, okay, if I try this situation, everyone listen to this stream, roll behind someone and see what they do. What they do will easily determine what level player they are. If they roll away, their power level is probably low. Okay, why? Because rolling, you get no reward from it. Higher level players pick options that they get rewards from. Remember, Rango, when I fought you, I noticed every time I got behind you, you always chose the optimal option, which was what? Back air, right? But
Yeah.
I knew you were going to pick the optimal option, so I just shielded and grabbed you every time. You see what I'm saying? So that's where For Glory comes in handy, because once you figure out what options that the masses choose majority of the time, you'll be able to tell when you see the different option, you're like, oh, so he actually knows what he's doing. But that's just a very simple scenario you can try out. Just roll behind your opponent, see what they do. Do they roll away? Do they shield? Do they spot dodge? But you see those players that actually throws out a back air. Like, I seen Neos one time. He whiffed a grab, and when you whiff a grab, that's kind of a really bad situation, because that's how you get smashed in the face. You know what I'm saying? So when you whiff for grab, instead of choosing any defensive option, he just nared away. Like, that takes discipline to do. That really takes discipline, because you're right in front of someone where you don't want to be, and you're in negative, and he nared away anyway. He hit his opponent and everything. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, a lower level player wouldn't do that. So that's where For Glory comes in handy. It shows you options that other people, choose, and it helps you figure out what you need to change about your game.
Basically, you're saying use For Glory as a tool. Don't use it as a lifestyle.
Definitely.
Right.
So,
yeah, I can get behind that.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. All right, guys. Well, what else is going on in the Smash 4 community here? I mean, because I'm kind of scrolling down, and I'm trying to see what's the moves out here. I see that Tevin's out here, or not Tevin, but Mr. Toya, Kevin, is out here calling out money matches on the page. That guy, man.
I was gonna say,
let's see steps up. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be at AWA next month, and I messaged the page, and they said they're definitely doing a Smash tournament, so that's all the more reason for me to be there. And
whoa, wait a minute! AWA is doing a Smash tournament there?
Yeah.
That's the first I heard of it. Wow. They sure didn't put it out
they
there.
haven't officially announced it yet, though. But they will. They said, when they get the schedule live, they'll put all the details and rules and whatnot. And I guess you've heard it from me first.
Yeah. Well, there you go, man. All right, look forward to that. I plan on going to AWA anyway. I mean, there's not a ton of cons that I plan on going to, but I for one, I always go to Japan Fest, and then I haven't been to Momocon. Or no, I didn't go to Momocon last year. I'm going to go next year, but I'm going to go to AWA. So those are the two cons that I'm looking forward to going to. And if Smash is going to be at there too, that's going to change on which day I end up going. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more about that.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Is there anything else you want to add, TJ?
What's as far as like AWA or the things that going on?
Just Smash. Yeah, just Smash community. I mean, just Smash as a whole.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well, so earlier, I was scrolling on Georgia Smash, and Fatality made a post. I'm sure all of you guys are aware, and Fatality made a post pretty much saying that I guess he's pretty much saying that pretty much players here in Georgia really aren't. I guess they're not good enough. They're
not challenging him.
Yeah, they're not challenging enough. So it pretty much makes him, kind of bored. When he goes to tournaments, it's kind of just rinse, wash, repeat type of thing. No real challenge. In a nutshell, that's pretty much what he's saying. And it got very violent in the comments after a certain point. So everyone, initially, everyone was just kind of like, or, kind of saying like their little neutral comments. Then, of course, Reflex, he got on there. When Reflex said what he said, Reflex was pretty much just saying that, what's the word he used? He was being
pretentious.
Yeah, pretentious.
Well, it can kind of come across as such, and I can understand Reflex point as to how it came across. I don't think that it was necessarily Reflex's or Fatality's intention to come across exactly that way.
Right.
He's a very honest guy. He's
Right.
a very honest guy, and I think that was his attempt at just really kind of telling how he feels. Is that he's not really giving his all. Like he pretty much reached the mountaintop. He's number one on the PR, which I don't think has happened yet, right? Is this his first time at the top of the PR?
I think so because
Yeah.
Reflex has been Reflex has been
And
up
player
there.
one was before
Yeah,
that.
right. It was player one that was on top, for the season two, I want to say, and then season one, I think Reflex was on top. And so this is Griffin's first time, and he's had a lot of success this season. He's been at a ton of tournaments, and in my opinion, I think that perhaps his boredom is coming through the fact that it's a little bit of burnout because he's been to literally like, ah man, probably like 20 tournaments over the past couple months or whatnot, and that can do that. I mean, that on top of the fact that he's been pretty dominant for pretty much all of them, and
Right.
so you can only feel a certain type of way for so long until the feeling, I guess, kind of gets jaded on that local level. I mean, of course, on a national level, man. I mean, if you're just on top and you stay on top, man, it's kind of like it's a whole other deal because you got the whole country gunning for you.
Yeah.
But on the local level,
Yeah.
I think Gamer Mingle, they alone did like 12 events, which is huge number over the last PR. I think that the second closest was perhaps like 5 or 6, I want to say.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I think it may have been a little bit of burnout in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
He just needs to play me more. That's all.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there
Coming
you
for you,
go.
fatality.
Now what? Now that he was recently at another out of state tournament. What was it Scar Scar or something like that?
Skater.
Qatar? Qatar?
Yeah. Now how did he do on that? I completely missed the results on that.
I think he
Same
said
here.
he got like what was it? I think it was like 8 or something. He lost to Tweak and what's the other guy? Tweak and Foss.
False.
Yeah, Foss. That's it. I think he got like 8th place. He got some. It was something pretty decent. But
Right.
yeah. I mean,
And I think that's the challenge that he's looking for. I think that he's really looking for people to really like beat the crap out of him, and so he learns. Like I was asking about his match against Zero,
yeah.
and he was pretty much like he beat the crap out of me, yeah, but the way he did certain things that he did is really just prepared me to fight every other Sheik like in the country easier than because nobody's better than freaking Zero. And so
Right.
any Sheik outside
Outside
of that, and that's my opinion too. But
No,
any
no, no.
Sheik-
I'm self-plugging.
Oh.
My goal as of Apex 2015 is to win Apex 2016, and
Ah,
I don't care if it's Fatality, Zero, Nairo. I'm
The
going through all of them.
hunger.
I'm
the
gonna hit
hunger
first.
is real.
The hunger. I like that. Ooh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh. I can't
Hey,
wait to.
but where it's just like where I'm going with that is like once you come back from these big tournaments, you're even stronger than when you left. And so yeah, when
Absolutely.
you come back to the locals into the local scene, yeah, you have all this extra power, all this extra matchup knowledge from these gods of Smash or whatnot. And yeah,
I have
Dude,
a,
it's
the
different.
next thing you want to do is you want to jump back into the pool with the sharks and swim again.
I have a good analogy for locals and out of state majors and stuff like that. Look, pretty much when you're at local, it's just kind of like Marvel. Okay, when you go to out of state, it's like Marvel versus Capcom. It's just like all the good people are there. You see what I'm saying? So when you go back, so like for example, when Fatality is saying, people at his home place or his locals, they're not, at that same level, at the national level, like Antoine was saying. So it's
It's
just
true, yeah.
it's just like Marvel versus Capcom. You go out there, you got all the good players there. When you come home, it's just kind of like, well, this is just my series. This is what I have, normally, and I feel like, I mean, next best thing. I mean, Fatality, he already goes to every major. I mean, or he's trying to go to every major, and trying to get out of state more. I think
Yeah.
that's just the. I
Well,
don't
it's
know
a
what to
little
tell
bit
him.
of frustration too because once you get out of state and you're talking to other people and they're saying that they don't really know any names out of the Georgia market, and
Yeah.
I think he's really trying to challenge us as well to A, get out of state more and B, just really step our game up
Right.
and and get recognized, on a national level. So when he goes out as often as he does, and he talks to people about the Georgia scene, people are able to, talk back about it. They actually have a conversation about the names in the Georgia scene. And
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that Scat is one of the guys that is really putting us out there on the map as well. He had a pretty significant tournament. Was that at Summer Smash?
Oh, it was
Or not?
no, it was
Smash and
Or
Splash.
Smash
Smash and
and Splash. I'm
Splash.
sorry.
He beat M2K.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, he took a run. I mean, he did excellent. We just need more of that. And so
Right.
we got a top
I'll,
10 here, and I think our top 10 should just travel a little bit more.
I'll tell you this much. CEO was the first national tournament that I've ever gone to. I would consider Momocon was more like a regional, a big one, because it was mostly Georgia players that were in it. CEO brought everybody. So I had matches against Mr. R. I had matches against Myron. I played Kami's Lucario. I played all kinds of people, and I never stopped asking questions. I'm like, what did I do here? What do I do here? And probably the most friendly and helpful person that I met there was Soul.
Oh,
Soul is from Florida, and he's in the same clan that Rio is. He's a super cool guy. He gave me all kinds of tips, and we played a few sets after our match in the bracket. So I learned a lot from him, and I just got to learn, a little bit better spacing and whatnot. And I've applied a lot of these things into my game. So, uh, we had a couple rooms over at the Days End, me, Aura, the guys, and I played matches with Fatality. I played matches with Neos, Scat, and we learned a lot from each other. I learned a lot from them. So you would think that all of this was just a bunch of one-on-ones where we're trying to get better the entire time, right?
hmm
Hell no, man. We were doing 4-on-4 Falcon mirrors all day.
Oh God.
I actually
Falcon
managed the
mirrors.
Falcon Punch Fatality too.
Oh God, Falcon Dittos. Yeah, you
We were
got you
doing
gotta love
four on
that.
fours on band stages.
Oh
Speaking of four on
goodness.
fours, man, I think Georgia finally had their first
Oh,
official quad tournament at Gwinnett
oh.
Brawl this
I did.
past
That sounds
Saturday.
I
hype.
didn't mean 4-on-4 like that. I meant like a free for all. Yeah, I
Oh,
forget
I
about that.
see.
Yeah, we didn't do quad battles. We were literally just doing free for alls and just screwing
Mm,
around, being stupid.
hmm
We
God.
had a lot of fun, but it was a great stress reliever from the high tension and competitive energy we've had from all of our one-on-ones for like the first couple of hours, and then after that we were just screwing around doing Falcon Dittos, and then all of a sudden it was just turned into a free for all and just who can Falcon punch the most.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I mean, at the end of the day, as much tournament play happens, I mean, the game is still meant to be fun at some point.
It is.
And I think
Absolutely.
some people actually lose sight of the fact that, that Smash isn't just about being competitive. It's also about, bringing people together, getting everybody in the same room and having a blast.
Absolutely.
And every now and then you kind of catch people kind of losing sight of that, where if they're not doing so well out there in the brackets, they almost just want to put the game down.
hmm
Like, dude, there's so much more to Smash than just competitive play. So, don't lose sight of that.
There is. This is all I can say. Just a couple things for budding players and expert players. One, never stop asking questions. There's a lot to learn about the game and your matchups and whatnot. You only have the limits that you set for yourself. You need to go on Smash boards, go look up your character, ask all sorts of questions, send your replays in, get feedback. That is the number one thing. The number two thing, of course, is as important, and that's don't give up. Don't throw yourself into a situation where you're down a stock in 95 damage and you throw yourself into the line of fire and get hit by a free smash. That
Mm.
match ain't over until it's over. Ever. You can get a lucky spike. You can just completely upset the guy. Your reads become different when you play super defensively. And as far as I'm concerned,
Then
there's
there's
no point.
Rage.
I'll tell you this much. I'll tell you this much. I remember this is how far never giving up goes. I did an online match with Lord Mix a few months ago. He was Sheik. I was Mega Man. We were on our last stock. He had completely beaten me in this match, and He knocks me off stage with Bear. I try to recover. He knocks me off again. I'm well past recovery reach, but I go for another up B anyway. He hits me with another Bear.
Oh, being
And-
disrespectful.
Oh, he was. And I'm well past done at this point, except I know he's going to do it again. So I go back and I spring one more time with the rush coil, throw my hand down, hit that hard knuckle there, bam, he's gone.
No.
You had me and you allowed me to kill you.
Dude, instead of dropping a mic, you just drop the controller and walk away at that point. That's-
Dang,
And he's
That's
like,
what-
you little.
Yeah.
I could not. I can't let him live it down ever now.
No allure makes you say more than that, I'm sure.
Probably.
The villain.
Yes.
All right.
But like I said, never give up, and especially with a character like Ike. It's no secret now. Ike has a highly, highly lethal spike attack in his ether. You can zero death somebody just like that. And as far as I'm concerned, no matter what character you're using, no matter what character you're using, people doubted Ike. I, along with other Ike names, brought him into, being noticeable.
Spotlight.
You could do that with Charizard. My friend uses Charizard, and he is damn good with him. You don't give up. Even if it starts looking bad, just keep asking questions.
Right. The tier list only dictates so much. I mean, yeah, as far as the S tiers, the S tiers are the S tiers for a reason, man. They're just
But
there's
even
not
they
there's
have
not a lot you can
weaknesses.
do. But
They're not Meta Knight. They're not pre-patch Diddy. This is not Melee and Brawl. This game is constantly getting patched, so characters all have a chance.
Right. Well, just in my opinion, there's only really there's only two tiers. Instead of having a bunch of tiers, I pretty much think that there's only really two tiers. I mean, there's the people that we call, the S tier, like Sheik and Zero Suit. But then, there's pretty much everybody else. Because I don't think that, let's say Charizard has been developed or played by enough high-level players to really bring out what he's capable of. And so there's a lot of tech in Charizard that is just really remaining to be seen that's going to make him, a better player than people gives him credit for. So, any of these characters that people consider low tier, get put in the right hands, they can be dangerous. So,
Yeah,
that
and
never sleep on a character.
if all else fails, just wait for the patch to come out.
Yeah. Well, let me say this too. Look at what Reflex did or is doing is he's at the tournaments experimenting with characters and he's making it to damn grand finals. Like at the last UDLR tournament, he used Falco and Lucina and went all the way to grand finals.
Nice.
And he only lost to Fatality, but he beat everybody else with pretty much just his experimental characters. I don't even know if you want to call them secondaries. So, like Lucina, for example, he said that pretty much Lucina was a character where as long as your fundamentals are strong, the reward is there. And I think there's still a lot of characters in that way.
It really is. It really is because if we establish a tier list where we say, okay, these are the usable characters: Sheik, Rosalina, Luigi, Pikachu, Captain Falcon, then lesser experienced players are going to gravitate to those characters.
Right.
Oh, hey, look, Meta Knight's being used by Mr. R. Wow, we got to totally use Meta Knight again, right? And they'll do that, but they'll think to themselves, gosh, man, I sure do like Zelda and Wii Fit Trainer though, but I can't win, so I'm just gonna go with these guys. And the thing
Right.
is, we encourage that diversity where you can just be whoever the hell you want and
Right.
go into a tournament and just upset everybody by using a character that isn't considered popular or high tier.
That's what I like to see. That's what I like
Yeah.
to see. So, hopefully we'll start to see, even more of that once the meta just kind of gets more developed. Because the game really, it only came out like back in November. So,
November.
we're still not even a year deep into the game. And if you see, let's say like Melee, new tech was still being developed in Melee like all the way up to like 2007 or even beyond, and the game came out in like 2002.
Yeah.
So, I
01,
think the same.
yeah.
Yeah, 2001. So, I think there's still a lot of things to discover yet in this game that's going to like possibly, changed a lot of people's perceptions about who they thought were low tier characters.
There's plenty new text to be discovered and plenty new patches to happen. So,
Got it.
and
Got
that's
it.
the truth. I mean, I'll tell you this much. I would feel that out of all of my characters that I use, my lowest tier one is Palutena. And, I love her to death. She is waifu, for real. And I like Kid Icarus Uprising. It's a great game. I knew I wanted Palutena in the game. I knew I wanted to use her. I often struggle with her. I struggle finishing with the kill. I struggle keeping her alive, and I feel that I've been told, and I kind of agree with it as well, that her patches aren't fundamental. Like, oh well, we added another damage point to her tilts, but her jab still comes out at 8 frames or whatever, right? And there's a few things that can fix her neutral game. And regardless, I'll use her. I did use her at the Summer Smash tournament for one of my matches as well. She is a highly fun character, but at the same time, you know for a fact that her custom moves just make the difference with her. Customs can make that difference. Didn't Ally place very high with Mario at EVO?
At Evo, I think. Actually, I don't even know. Last time I seen Ally, he played Smash and Splash, and that was a custom tournament. But I don't think he used custom Mario. I think he used a regular one, right?
No, I think Ally came in about either third or fourth. I kind of remember seeing him on stream. I know he was top 8 because I think that was during one of our UDLR tournaments. So we had the stream going in the background, and I remember seeing Ally
Versus Scat, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
well, no. We're talking about Evo.
Yeah, Ally was definitely okay. This stupid wiki thing is bothering me. My phone is being stupid. Yes, Ally was indeed Mario at Evo. I heard. I didn't watch his matches, but I believe he was using the fast fireball.
The one that
Oh.
shot straight.
Someone confirm that for me
Yeah,
though.
yeah. No, he was. It was a fireball that shoots straight.
What about Gus Cape? Was he using that one?
That I'm not sure of.
See, Mario's
sure.
a bit
We'll
of a
go back.
difference maker with his customs. He's already a lethal character. He's my dedicated secondary, and he's fairly high on the tier list. I don't pick characters based on tier. I picked him on my favorites.
Right.
And, Mario has been my constant through the entire Smash series. He was my I've always used him. He wasn't always my main, but he's always in my top 3 or top 4. Well, this is the first time in the main series that he is really good. I can't speak for Project M. I don't play it, but Mario is awesome. He's got the kind of buffs that he needed, and where I was sucking with him badly in, Melee and Brawl, which Melee didn't play competitively, but I still lost with him. He's awesome in this game, for real.
Okay. Well, with that, we're gonna kind of wrap up. Is there anything that you want to add, TJ, before we wrap up today?
Yeah, so just going off of what Rango was saying, yeah, guys, just don't give up. I mean, really about getting good in Smash for any game you play. It's really just about consistency. You know what I mean? So, like you said, ask players, ask for advice. When you're fighting someone, especially someone you think is better than you, please ask for advice. But I'm starting to see that a lot of battles with Smash has nothing to do with Smash at all. Meaning, like your job or whatever your situation is, getting the time to go to tournaments. A lot of that, really affects, how much time you're able to, practice and all that. It's a lot of battles that, that's not really directly associated with Smash. So, I mean, I just encourage everyone, whatever battle you're going through, if you want to be the best in anything, you're going to have to, you just have to keep going. Just like, I don't want to sound corny or anything, but that Rocky movie, it's not about how many times, you get hit. It's about, you getting hit moving forward after the fact, So just keep moving forward no matter what's going on. Just find your time to play. Never, if you're in a bad situation, figure out how can I improve this situation, to move forward, whether it's Smash, life, whatever. I mean, Smash really has taught me a lot about life, really, just about, simply not giving up. I remember I was in wrestling in high school. Man, I got drugged like every match. I only won like 2 matches, but I gave up. I quit, and then like to this day, I regret that. So like with Smash, I make sure I don't quit with this. I feel like I came far. I mean, I'm not necessarily happy where I am right now. I want to get better, but I just know the answer is just not giving up and being consistent. So that's why I just tell everyone, and also what like Ringo was saying, play who you want, because if you're not having fun, what's the point? What's gonna give you fuel to play the game anyway if you're not having fun? You see what I'm saying? If you
Right.
like a certain character, play that character. I mean, how are you gonna play Sheik and you don't like Sheik at all? You're just doing it just because someone says she's good. Like, yeah, winning is fun, but I mean, you're probably not. If you're just switching here and there, you're probably not going to be the best anyway. Honestly, if you're just switching all the time, you're not staying with one person and figuring out, how to deal with certain matchups. People think that you could just switch your character and you think you're just going to beat someone like that. Like, nah, not necessarily. I mean, if you learn the matchup with a certain, like, if you have a certain bad matchup and then you switch because this matchup is bad for you, okay, maybe, but you're probably likely you're not going to be good if you're just playing a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Nah, that's probably not going to work out. More than likely, you're not going to get top level play like that anyway, in my opinion. So,
All right. Deep words from Tevin Stokes.
yeah.
TJ, words to live by. All right, and just to close out, also for me, I just encourage you guys to make it out to any event that's in your area, man, and do the friendlies, have a great time. At the end of the day, it's about
Yeah.
hooking up, getting with your friends, having a great time, having a great experience. And speaking on behalf of UDLR, we definitely make sure that we do what we can to make sure that that's the best experience possible. So check our page out, facebook.com/UDLR Customs. Give us a like. Also, YouTube, youtube.com/UDLR Customs, and twitter.com/UDLR Customs. And if you guys have other topics that you want us to touch on, definitely let us know, and we'll make sure that we try to get to those on our future podcast. So
Yeah, let me just add a couple things before we close this out. I just wanted to say, Tevin pretty much echoed it. Like I said, don't stop asking questions and use your favorites. And the second is, come to Augusta October the 10th for the tournament.
oh yeah, check that out, guys. Mark your calendars. I'm pretty sure there's going to be an event page coming, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so definitely check that event page out. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be posting that on the Smash 4 page. We'll go ahead and throw that out there on the UDLR page as well, and really hype up this event, guys. I think this is something that we really should be doing, supporting each other, even going across state, and just really keeping that community tight, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, till next time, guys. This has been Antoine, Hanzo, Rango, John Rinyu,
Yep.
and TJ, Tevin Stokes.
Yep.
All right, signing out.